Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, are y'all gaming? We're here today, again on a different day, because we weren't here yesterday, and we're here today. So hi, everybody. Lot to talk about. Nintendo Direct yesterday, chock full of information, as well as some other news from across the globe. And I think there's even Nintendo Treehouse stuff. I'll watch that later. But thanks for tuning in to Y'all Gaming. We got some stuff to talk about. Hope you guys are doing good. Let's start it off by saying hi, TK. How are you doing today?
Well, I'm pretty good. Wait, so you watch the tree houses?
Not yet. No, it's only
No, but
it's
like you actually watch them like regularly, though.
no. I
Oh,
just
okay.
like I'll like peruse it. I'm probably just gonna like click through it tonight just to see if there's anything that I missed. That's probably all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Yeah, no, because like I don't know, man. I think I probably have seen a treehouse way back when it was like Kit and Krista type deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't really, I don't know. They might still be doing it, but I really don't watch it anymore. I just I don't know. I feel like at that point in time, by the time Treehouse comes out, like I'm not really getting anything that I need to be seeing,
Mm-hmm.
that I already haven't come up with an inference. But hey, for the people that like do need a little extra info, Treehouse kind of cool.
I
Treehouse kind of cool.
guess I feel like I would rather go in blind. Like I don't want to know any of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That's just me. I I
Yeah.
I
But other,
think I think I'm gonna tune in a little bit just to like see some stuff.
yeah. But otherwise, I'm doing all right. You know what I'm saying? Like I just gotta. It took us a little bit to start today because I had to take my car to the shop again. First, it was a brake problem, and then it actually wasn't a brake problem. It was probably an engine problem, and I think it might be my transmission, which means if it's not covered by warranty, that car is toast, brother.
Ooh,
Because I'm definitely not paying for a transmission fix. Like that's well out of my budget. I'm like, y'all can just keep it, man. Like,
it might as well be
it's,
totaled.
it's your car now. So, but outside of that, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of good gaming being done recently. I've been playing a lot of Xenoblade Chronicles X. But I haven't really been trying to do it on stream because I feel like that's not that streamable of a game. More often than not, you're like in menus making amazing builds and whatnot, and not everybody wants to see that, which is totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, yeah, just we've been gaming, bro. We have been gaming.
Been doing a lot of gaming. I played a lot. Actually, I haven't been playing a lot lately, but I played a lot of Olympia last night and yesterday, and we'll
Oh,
talk about
nice.
that in a little bit. Rivals too. But first, let's talk about stuff that isn't out yet. None of us are gaming, but we are watching. The Nintendo Direct happened yesterday. A lot of people are abuzz about it, mostly about prices. About how the pricing is and it's so expensive and the games and stuff like that. I saw a lot of misinformation too about games cost 90 or like being physical but not actually having the physical game. I feel like I haven't seen this much like misinformation and just online. But I think part of that is just because Nintendo didn't really like. It's Nintendo's fault more than anything because they weren't clear about stuff and like they didn't talk about price. They were hiding it and they weren't clear about what things would be and like Donkey Kong being 70, Mario Kart being 80, whatever. I was a little surprised by all that, but regardless, presentation itself, what did you think?
Presentation itself, very good. Actually, I mean, I was happy to see the way the Switch looks. It is kind of lacking a little color than I was like a little color than I was expecting, but at the
Sure.
same time, not really. Because I thought about it, like my first Switch was I had the black Joy Cons. I didn't get the red and white Joy Cons,
Sure.
or the red and blue Joy Cons. But then I got the white Joy Cons with the Switch OLED, and then before that, I got the Smash Joy Cons. So there was like a little color too.
Sure.
But so like maybe I'm just like so used to looking at my OLED that I'm like, oh, where's the color? But like, yeah, if I remember my first Switch, they were black or that gunmetal gray or whatever that you want to call it.
Right.
The Switch 2 just in itself looks amazing. Like,
Yeah.
the specs were really nice. Just the magnetic thing going on with the Joy-Cons. Hopefully, that actually does work out in the favor of like Joy-Con users. Because in my head, I like the idea, but at the same time, I feel like someone's gonna get some weak ass magnets, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be playing. It's just gonna slip out their hands, and that's like, all right, Nintendo, this is the start. But we'll see how they do with the magnets. The size of it's pretty good,
Yeah.
for sure. LCD screen, not too much of a fan of, but I have to see it in action first because maybe they're like, I'm used. I have my OLED and then I have my Steam Deck, which is an LCD screen, but the Steam Deck LCD screen looks abysmal. Like
Right.
it's just pretty bad. However, that might just be a bad LCD screen, and there probably is a way to have a very good LCD screen, and I just need to see if that's what they're bringing to the table. I think the only thing I don't like about it uh, is the kickstand, but I think I just need to see how durable it is.
How sturdy, sure.
Yeah, because it looks like it's very easily breakable.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
actually just read something about the LCD screen, and it said that, and I don't know how true this is, right? It's just on Twitter, but it said that Nintendo knew that the LCD screen would like cause some questions, but they found out that they could do it better with the OLED than the OLED or LED. They said that LCDs come a long way, and
Mm.
they feel like they can do more with it. They said. And also, apparently, if you plug it into the TV, you still get HDR, so it doesn't matter. So, like, docked version apparently is still fine. Whether or not that's
Okay.
true, I don't know, right? Maybe they're just saving costs or whatever. But they said that the screen isn't just like a normal LCD screen; it's actually like a specialized one, so it's fine. Um,
This is the Nintendo patented LCD screen.
the
It's like,
premium
okay, buddy.
Mario LCD screen that will be $500, please. Yeah, I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, yeah, I mean it looks good. The games, I was the most hyped for Kirby for sure. The
Sure.
Donkey Kong game looks good, even though I'm not like a super huge Donkey Kong fan. I do think that game still looks good, but at the same time, I'm like, it looks good, but I'm not sure if it's actually good because they really didn't show us anything except for Donkey Kong punching through all the terrain.
Yes.
Like I
Yeah.
didn't see any enemies, nothing like that.
Yeah.
He just can punch through terrain all day, every day, and I was like, okay, well, that's something, you know. Um, the Elden Ring game looks very good. The not the Elden Ring, the FromSoft new game
Right.
that they have. People are saying that it's probably going to remain exclusive in the same way that Bloodborne is. So they're like saying that it's like this is Nintendo's Bloodborne, basically
Right.
from FromSoft. Elden Ring also gets released, and I think that's cool. But I also was thinking about the fact that they're about to release that other Elden Ring game, you know, the like roguelike Elden
Right.
Ring game. So I imagine if you haven't played Elden Ring by now, then like sure, get it on the Switch too. But like everyone who would be buying that game is probably going to buy the new one that's coming out whenever that comes out. And then there was one other game there. Oh, Mario Kart looks good.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's off the top of my head. That's what I can remember.
I don't even care about like I don't know. I feel like the ports that come up like so much later, whether it's, Elden Ring or any of these like I don't know, Cyberpunk 2 is coming out. It's like I feel like most people that want to play them have played them. I guess having the opportunity to play them later is like a net good. It's a positive because anybody who is a Switch diehard or loyalist, then they can do it. But I watched the Elden Ring stuff and I was like, I don't. It looked pretty bad to me, honestly. But I think I've just played games on PC so long that that's what I like. So,
Yeah, well, that's also yeah. I'm in the same boat where it's like I just couldn't imagine myself like really enjoying Elden Ring when I've played it at like 256 frames per second, you know, on my godlike monitor. Like just it's different. It's different.
I felt the same way about you as you did about Donkey Kong. I am a big DK fan. I love any collecting ass game, and I thought that that's what it was going to be. I haven't watched any of the other footage. Apparently, they played it a little bit more today. When I watched the
Huh?
trailer, I was like, after you get over the shock of like, oh my god, it's DK, finally another DK game. I was like, huh. I don't know if I'm sold on this. Like, I'm gonna buy it, right? Of course, I'm
Yeah.
sold on it, but is it gonna be like when I look at it, I'm like, oh, is this like a tech demo ass game? Is this like, oh, you could break up the world and mine into the mountains and you can get inside the terrain? I don't know if I like that. If they all in on a gimmick that isn't the
Mm-hmm.
game itself, that's a pretty cynical way of looking at it. It's kind of a doomer thing to say. Apparently, it's being made by the Odyssey devs, so like I'm positive it will be good. But when I
It
saw it,
looks
I
very
was like,
Odyssey for sure.
yeah, and that's great. Like I'm not, but I was like, dude, I don't know, because it felt very I don't know. I wasn't in love with it, but I'm sure it'll be good. We'll check it out later.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna watch the Treehouse stuff for that because I want to see what that gameplay is like. Mario Kart is like whatever. It's Mario Kart. We know what that is. They added a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but whatever. Donkey Kong, I have questions about. So,
Yeah.
but those are the only two
And
games that like really. I mean, Air Ride's cool, but whatever.
what? Don't whatever air ride. That's
It's a
crazy.
whatever.
That's All right. Anyway,
It's fine.
also I forgot that I know you don't care about this, but you know me, I'm a Warriors stan. They got the Hyrule Warriors Age of
Yeah,
Imprisonment, so I will be logging in another like 150 hours into that game as I've
yeah.
done with the others. But yeah, that's just I mean, outside that's probably all the good I can say. I mean, there's nothing really terrible from that direct except for that game chat, bro. That
What do you mean? That's awesome.
No, man.
You
Like
don't
a
think so?
game chat in itself is funny, but when they try to show off you can play, you can share your screen and play with your friends, and that shit
Oh,
was like 10
dude.
frames per second. Don't show me that. Like,
Bro, Nintendo is so honest, like to a
yeah.
fault. They be telling the truth with great consistency. They're like, "Yep, this is what it looks like, flaws and all," and that is at 3 FPS. It is ugly.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the other part of it with the camera and like Mario Jamboree and you like are in the game or that
Mhm.
whole like I saw your tweet about me when I get a star
Oh
and
yeah,
that
I
guy's
love that guy,
face.
dude. That
Yeah.
guy was funny.
So that's good, but I just like some of the specs, and I also just don't believe all of the specs they were talking about as well too. Like that the thing about the guy making a smoothie in the background, but you're not hearing the
Oh
blender,
yeah.
but you're definitely hearing my voice on a Nintendo console. Like, let's be
Oh,
real, bro.
lying ass. Come on, bro. Stop lying to me. No, you're right.
Like, but it's not bad. Like, I don't think it's like the worst thing possible. I just think that it's also not great. But you know what? I will give it up to Nintendo for at least showing us it without lying. Like that's big. You know what I mean? Like they were
Right.
like, yeah, this what we put in the game. This is about as best as it's gonna get. This is what you're getting if you decide to do it. Good luck, man. So yeah, I'm not buying that Nintendo camera. I'm pretty sure you can just use any camera, and I have my old trusty C920 right here. So
Oh, you
I'm
can? You
gonna.
just pop any cam in there?
I'd imagine as long as you have a USB-C,
Sure.
like it should work. It should work.
Sure.
I'm imagining, but if it's not, I still don't really feel like I need that Nintendo camera. Like I'm not sure when I would use that.
No.
You know.
Yeah,
So
I don't think it would be necessary. I think it's good for kids and families. I think that's awesome. Like I think, if I was 6 to 10 years old, that would go crazy when I'm calling up my friends and, talking to them on there. For adults, we got Discord. Like and like
yeah,
even teenagers, like I don't think we'd be using that. But I think it's a really cool feature for families and stuff, and I think that's fun. It is very funny, which in a Nintendo way, I feel like nobody's gonna use it, but I thought it was fine enough. I thought it was pretty good.
absolutely. So yeah, I mean, like it's still to me a 9 out of 10 direct. I mean, there's a bunch of games that I just genuinely like probably don't care for, but I understand are like big releases.
Yeah,
Like getting an Elden Ring handheld like this is sick, and it's probably going to run better than what it would run on the Steam Deck for sure. Because I mean, the Steam Deck is a very good console, but it's like it's playing computer games that weren't like optimized for like a console, right?
right. Yeah.
So you're just trying to run your mini computer basically in your hand, and sometimes just don't look that good, man. I didn't try to play Elden Ring at all on my Steam Deck because I
No,
feel like
no,
you get
no.
past 30 frames per second. So I was like, oh no, not for me. But everything else that they were showing, I mean, like I haven't beat Final Fantasy yet, and I think the idea of being able to play it on the go like that is actually kind of enticing for me to like want to maybe try it again.
Sure.
It also doesn't look bad on the Switch, at least the gameplay that we saw.
No,
So I'm
that
like, all
looked
right,
good. I was
yeah,
surprised because after I saw Elden Ring and I was like, like it's kind of because like in Elden Ring you need every frame. It's the whole
right.
point is that it's very demanding. So I was like, when I saw that, I thought it was a little ugly and the resolution was bad, but whatever. When I saw Final Fantasy, I expected the same, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. Like
Yeah.
this is awesome. This is nice.
Yeah. And so the directing itself great, but I think one of the things that we were talking about earlier, but a lot of people were or have been pointing out, at least for Americans, is the tariffs. So whilst
Sure.
what it says there on the screen is, it's $500 if you want the bundle or $450 if you just want the Switch. The tariffs are about to go in effect, and we're trying to figure out if that's actually going to affect uh how much I'm about to actually pay for the system. Like,
Right.
am I paying 500 or am I paying 700 or am I paying 500 or am I paying 1,000? You know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen here? And if so, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to smuggle that from across the border or something because
Right.
I could not imagine myself wanting to pay $1,000 for this system. Like, I like Nintendo, love the Switch, definitely want one for 500. Cannot feasibly say I should be buying that for $1,000.
No. Yeah,
So
it's a little much.
yeah.
It feels like Nintendo have realized that they uh, I tweeted about this, that like I think everybody kind of instinctively knew that some company was going to pull the trigger on like way more expensive games or like bigger things, cuz like inflation is happening and we know how expensive stuff is, whatever. But like we knew somebody would do it. I just didn't expect it to be Nintendo. Cuz I wouldn't think they'd be the person to do that. But I don't know if anybody else could. I think if Sony was like, "All right, our games are $80 now," you'd be like, "Okay." I don't think people would bite, unless it's like a God of War or something. Um, Apparently, I mean, so Donkey Kong is 80, and or Donkey Kong is 70, and Mario Kart
Hmm.
is 80. Part
Hmm.
of me feels like, and maybe I'm wrong here, it's just like being too charitable with Nintendo. Um, Part of me feels like they might go for just variance across the board. Like I think a lot of people are looking at this and saying like, "Oh, every big game is going to be 70." But like they only did that with Tears of the Kingdom before. Donkey Kong hasn't had a game in like 15 years. I feel like that's fine to have a 70. Mario Kart is huge. I
Right.
think it's fine to have these huge like quadruple A style like big releases, cuz like they'd be putting out WarioWares for like 40 or 50. You know what I'm saying? Like that,
Yeah.
they'll consistently go lower. Like I wonder if they're gonna have a variable level of pricing that isn't just every game is 70. Like that Dragon Drive game, that should not be 70. Like I saw
No.
that, dude. I don't know if you had this experience too, but like I think people see games like those. Like you and I both liked Arms. You and I both liked Roller Champions. You and I both like Knockout City. People saw that and they're like, "Yo, I thought Coney would love this." He would like, no, that looks like ass. Like I, can't, I don't know if they thought like because it's like an alternative sport thing, but like there's no, dude, there's no like theme to it, man. There's no cool music. There's no cool aesthetics. There's no polish. It's so simple. I don't know if you got the same thing I did, but people were like, "Oh, I thought Coney would love this." I, dude, I that looks bad.
I just don't like. Okay, first when it first came on the screen, I thought it was a DJ game because they were playing the music.
Yeah,
Bro was moving
the
the shit up
hills.
and
Yeah.
down. I was like, okay, word. And then the guy started rolling, and I had to cut my camera off because I was like, this is. I'm like, I feel like I'm not allowed to laugh at
It
this.
feels
You know?
insensitive. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can't. I just don't see myself being in my living room or on stream doing this with
Just
my Wiimotes
yeah.
for like hours at a time. So I don't. If there's not a way for me to play that without putting my hands down or using that, like they're really trying to push. And this is just a Nintendo thing, but whatever their new gimmick is, they try to push that for real.
Oh
So
yeah.
they were like, "Hey, bro, we got a mouse. Now look at what the mouse can do, and look at how you can move it across the surfaces." And that was like 4 or 5 of the games they show where it's like, "Yeah, look at this. You can move it across the surface." I don't know if I want to do that, Nintendo. Like
I don't really care about it that much. But put out Mario Paint. I would play Mario Paint. Give me a mouse and Mario Paint. I do like the mouse controls for Metroid.
yeah,
Actually, I
that's
think
cool.
that's sick. But also, I'm like, when am I gonna use that? Like, I feel like if I'm playing Metroid, I don't want to like sit there with a mouse and keyboard. I I don't. If I'm gonna use a mouse, I'd rather use a mouse. Apparently, they did confirm you can put it on your leg, which is like okay,
Oh,
I
okay.
guess.
Yeah,
Um,
that's. I mean, that's probably a little easier if I'm wearing jeans, like or pants, just in
right.
general. Like, I don't know if I want to rub that on my skin, but uh, the Mayday pointed out also the that was the other downside. The console manual game not being free was an absolutely
Oh,
insane thing to
dude,
throw out there, bro.
dude.
That
I
was
I watched a couple reactions. Everybody had the exact same reaction. Where it was like, "Oh, this is like Astrobot. That's kind of cool." Paid. You're paying for this? You want us to pay? And everybody turned off there. Everybody just completely
yeah.
shut down. That's
Yeah, there's
crazy.
and there's nobody, there's no reason anybody who is saying otherwise that this is okay otherwise is a Nintendo shield to the max. Like this is absolutely not the way you're trying to tell me that this game, the whole thing of the game is basically to teach me what the system can do, and then I have to pay for that.
Just
What the
tell
are
me.
you?
Just tell me,
Yeah,
bro. What does the system do?
it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it for sure. I didn't know it was coming out so soon. That was crazy. I mean, that's 2 months. Like we got, you know,
I
it's right
I
there.
I got an invite to an event that I couldn't make it to, but I got an invite to an event and they were like, "Hey, we wanted you to come here to commentate the Smash Ultimate and Mario Kart finals, the new Mario Kart game," and it was at the end of June. And I was like, "Wait,
Mm,
what?" So I knew it was coming out in June. They leaked that, which I was shocked that they knew that. But they said that, but I didn't realize it was beginning of June. Like
hmm
June 5th is like that's that's 8 weeks, dude. That's 2 months. It's very close. I'm kind of shocked. They only really have like one game for it, which is Mario Kart. Like
Right.
DK's in July. I get maybe they have ports or whatever. I don't know. Um, but I was kind of I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna get the game right away, but I'm gonna be like, what's there to do? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that like everything else is set when it
Hmm.
like for at least the stuff that I have like for my Switch. Like I hope that there is like things that I can use, with my Switch that like are better on the Switch too. Like I do have Xenoblade Chronicles X, and I do think there's probably some type of like they may not advertise it, but I bet you it probably runs better on the Switch 2 than it does on the Switch 1.
Sure.
But we'll have to see. Was this thing that you invited to, was it an anime con?
Maybe. Maybe
Okay,
not.
because I
I can't confirm or deny that.
you aren't going though.
Yeah, but I still can't say it.
Okay, well I think I got invited to the same thing. So
Probably. You did knowing I there is a common thread. I know that okay, never mind. Okay, well I
what?
just kind of leaked it. I guess I just did. Yes, I did get invited to that. I couldn't make
Oh,
it, but
I'm sad.
yeah.
Man, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we'll talk about it later.
uh, but yeah. So, um, overall, Switch 2 is great. That's all. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Hmm.
I will have more to talk about it when I finally get my hands on it, or at least see some more. Like I think what we've seen so far has been pretty good, and
Sure.
um, I I will say though, I kind of miss the old faces of the people that I used to see from the Switch, the Direct. I don't know, like I feel like I grew up with those guys, and they're like not there anymore.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I ain't recognize none of them dudes.
No, they're all brand new. They were all like the Switch makers too, like the producers. I was like,
hmm
"Oh, these are new dudes." Maybe we'll get used to them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember
So,
feeling that way when like Reggie was gone, right? It was like,
oh, that
oh
was real
no,
sad.
now it's these guys are like Awada stopped showing up, and I don't know. It's fine. We'll get used to them.
Does does is Doug Bowser still around?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think.
okay, I know, bro. He can't leave, bro. I feel like once you get hired in that role with your name Bowser, like you're like grandfathered into the company
Oh,
forever, bro.
dude, yeah, you're there forever unless you commit some like embezzlement or something. Like if you,
Yeah,
if you move some funds around illicitly, you're getting kicked out. Other than that, you're a lifer for sure.
yeah, absolutely. But moving on from the good news, let's talk
Uh
about some
oh.
bad news here. Unfortunately, Tekken 8 is abysmal.
How is
And
it? Is it bad? Like for
the
real?
that's what the pros are saying. Now I haven't got hit with any of the abysmal stuff.
Okay.
But I have watched TNS, and yes, if you are like a Tekken enjoyer, like, and you are like really good at the game, and you know how to like, BS your way through, like or like you know how to like really make the BS work for you. There's a lot of BS right now. Currently Jack has like a 2-1 up forward 1+2 that the only way you can get out of it is if you power crush it, but he can also just not do the up forward 1+2, and it's like not reactable, so you have to guess. And then if you
Oh.
guess wrong, you get punished. If you if you power crush and you guess wrong, you get punished. If you power crush too late, you get hit. If you get hit, you're back in the mix. If you block it, it's plus whatever. Like it it does not feel good. And
Sure.
if you're looking on the internet right now, like a lot of the people have overwhelmingly negatively talked about the game. It is overwhelmingly negative on the Steam reviews. It got to the point where they have actually, recognized it. I actually saw Harada recently tweet like, "Oh, it looks like we have like missed our demographic or whatever." He's like,
Right.
everyone's being like a little rude about it for sure, and like, I get that if this is your livelihood, just like you've played Tekken since Tekken 2 or whatever, and you're all the way in Tekken 8, and this is the passage you get. I understand why you're so upset, but like, I still ain't gonna be like talking Harada like he's just some some bystander on the street or whatever, like that did me
Right.
wrong. Like that's crazy. But he tweeted, in any case, it is clear to me that the result is a disconnect between what the community wants and the tuning results. I understand that whatever words I may be accused by the community about it, and that it is not essential, it's not the essential issue, and it's not the time to worry about it. We have our battle tuning team working around the clock to read through all the feedback logs for the community and work on future policies and change for the better. Thanks. And that's just because, so Michael Murray is like his assistant slash
I saw
translator.
Murray getting lit up.
Yeah, but that's just because he needs to get off. He's doing that thing. It's like he wants to be. He's Tony Hyun, right?
He's Tonying. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like he's really not. His skin is not thick enough to Tony. So,
okay. Gotcha.
So, he, people have been like atting him. Again, I don't agree with like atting him and saying, "Oh, you're miserable, you're terrible," all that good stuff. But people have been atting him or whatever and talking about the game, and then he only goes and gets like one guy who's like just wanted to say through all the negativity and internet overreacting to Tekken 8 is the most fun I've been having.
Does he quote tweet it?
So he one guide.
Yeah. And he's like, okay, all right, I see it.
And so he's like, hey, thanks, man. Like, and everyone's like, ain't no way to stay on the guy you go to reply to.
He doesn't know social media 101, sure.
So they got to get some fixing. It's definitely 50-50 the game right now, but it's also 50-50 the game and also mash the game because like there's literally no reason to be on offense. Now, the one thing that they did say they were going to do was make defensive options better. And low key, they did. But then they made defensive options better, but then gave you several ways to beat said offensive options. So sidestepping is way easier in this game. Like I'm sidestepping like everything now. Feels great. But everyone seems to have gotten a homing move or something that like at least semi-tracks. So it's like, all right, bro. Like what's like what was the what were we doing here? Because what you had said and what you're actually doing is not actually happening. Like, yeah, you did increase the defense, but if you make everybody have a way to deal with said defensive options, then you didn't really increase the defense. You just gave us a bigger layer of mix that doesn't matter because more often than not, everyone's just spamming their plus frames on you.
You added a point to both sides, which meant that the defense side and the offense side got a point, so we're back to where we started.
Yeah, but that was just like that's the equal part, and then they added a bunch of stuff to points on offense anyway. So the offense is just better. It's
right.
It's annoying. I still enjoying playing the game because I'm honestly just probably like a quality 2-2er. Like if I were to go to tournaments, I'm hitting my 2-2. Like I'm sure I'm getting hit by some stuff that's annoying, but also am not gonna pretend that like I have all the answers every time I get hit by something.
Right.
So therefore, I just don't really complain that much. But for the people that have dedicated their life to this game, yeah, it has to suck.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like Tekken is like very easy to fall into like, let me run my, the other guy's gonna run his, and that is like 90% of the like the low level is Eddie Gordo slam every button, and then that's 10% of the game. Or I mean it's obviously way bigger, but like let's say if you're trying to get good, the first 20% is mash your buttons like Eddie Gordo. The next like 70% is like let me run my, the other guy's gonna run his, who's better at running their, it's like a single player game. You know what I mean? Just hitting your stuff, and that's like most players. That go like 2-2 or 3-2 or whatever, or even 1-2. It runs the whole gamut. And then at the very tippy top is the top 10%, where it's like, okay, these people have like extremely functional game plans against the entirety of the cast, and that's got to be the exhausting thing because, like, I don't know, man. From what I've read, everybody's got problems. Apparently, it's bad across the board.
It's bad across the board. I think. There was, again, you're supposed to have I think the biggest thing is that like you're supposed to have weaknesses in the games. That's how characters have diversity, right?
Right.
So let's say Huaring, right? Huaring is supposed to be incredibly linear. Like that's his thing. Like he has very good pressure, but he's incredibly linear. So if you're good at stepping, you should be able to step around him, right? They gave him he has a very good mid check or homing move or tracking move, and now he has a very good low check tracking move. And I'm like, why did you add that? Like,
so you can't step him. That's the issue.
Yeah, so you can't step him like you used to be able to, but also now it's just like it was already. You had to look out for one move. You kind of knew it was coming, but now he has like a good move that's like range 0 type deal.
Sure.
That you now have a hard time stepping, and it's a low. I was like, okay, bro, like just it's cooked out here, man. But
sure.
Overall, man, I mean, I'm hoping. I don't want to be the doomer and gloomer. Like I am hoping that the next patch does kind of bring it down a line. My idea though is that like you can't remove moves that you put in the game, right? So like if
Ah,
you
okay,
added a
yeah.
move and it's busted, you can't be like, my bad, we're
Can't
taking
take
that
it
move
back.
away. Yeah, like you have to make it, I
You
guess,
can't
but
remove
it still
Vladimir
exists.
from League. I always go back to Vlad. Where like
Mhm.
League added Vlad in season like 1 or 2, and they were like, "Oh, oops," and then they had no like he was just a problem for like 10 years, and they couldn't fix it, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't know what to do. Like this much healing isn't fair." So that's always the thing I think of where it's like when you put something in, it's in there. I think Yumi's another one for League, but like if you add a move to the game, you can't just go back and remove stuff. You have to like tune
Mhm.
it now, which sucks.
Yeah, and I just don't know how you're supposed to tune a lot of these things because, yeah, as Papa Phoenix said, yeah, Reyna's supposed to genuinely have bad lows. Like her hell sweep doesn't knock down like the way other people's does, and she just normally most of her lows are just like not good.
Mm-hmm.
But now she has a really good low that leads into Sentai stance, which means now you're into her mix off of a low. It's just it's a little much. It's a little much, bro. So it's I'm hoping that they actually are seeing like the good feedback because I do think that throughout all the there are some really good people that are saying really good things. Like Speed Kicks is very eloquent with the way he's talking.
Mm-hmm.
Obscure is really good with what he's saying, and I'm sure there's some people out there like you Harado, you Michael, whatever. Like let's not look at those guys. Let's look at the guys that you know have been
Right.
Tekken like people for a long
Diehards.
time. Guys that you definitely know by name because you've probably met them, shook their hands, and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, of course.
And like really, take the feedback that they're giving you because the game is just it's not unplayable, but it is definitely worse
Sure.
than I'd imagine we thought. Well, one, what we thought we were getting, and two, what would have been acceptable. I think.
It's weird to see such a wild swing. Like, and I've actually seen it for like even. I mean, we were talking about KOF or not KOF, Fatal Fury. I mean, that's getting a lot of hate now. But for that's a different conversation entirely. But
Let me turn one of his songs on, bro. What's that guy's name? DJ what?
Sebastian something. It starts with a G. I can't remember. We can talk about that in a second. But
Oh,
I
I
feel
can't
like
find it.
I feel like when it comes to this fighting game stuff, people don't like throw loops in Street Fighter, but it feels like a low mumble. It's just like, oh, this sucks. I don't like this. When it comes to Tekken, it felt like the low level and the mid level were like, wow, this game is awesome. It's very flashy and looks cool and everybody loves it. And then at the top level, people are like, wow, this is brainless and stupid. There's heat and rage and there's too much. And but it felt like these were two different conversations. It's weird to see everybody dive in on one thing. Like everybody is hating this Tekken 2 patch. I haven't seen anybody be positive about it except for Lazy Matt Man, who said that he liked it, but he's a Jack player, so maybe that. And he said it's not because I like Jack. I'm like, it might be because you like
It
Jack,
might be
bro.
because you like Jack.
And that's okay, right? Like maybe you just enjoy it. But like, it's weird to see so many people in agreement. That's all.
Yeah, it's it's wild too. They also found this dude, the first guy that Michael Murray like replied to. They found this dude and found out he's probably played like 5 games like in the
Total.
last in the last like 6 months. And I'm like, this is the guy that you're. What's going on here, man?
That's
Like,
tough.
yeah, of course you're enjoying the game. You don't even know what's happening in it. Like,
Yeah.
you're just there, bro. You're there for the vibes. I'm telling you, man, from the watching standpoint, this game looks amazing. Like, I
Yes.
think
Yeah.
watching somebody getting mixed or held down like that is fun. It's the same way I said in the video that I put out yesterday that it's the same way I felt about like when Steve first started getting, it was like, that's kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
And then that funny wears off pretty quickly.
Very
Like,
fast. Right.
it's funny. It's like, wow, I can't believe there's somebody in the game that could do this. But after seeing it and it becoming the meta, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
When you get exposed to it too much, even like, dude, I remember when Bison came out and everybody's like, yo, it's Bison, he's back. And then he did that one combo 50 billion times. And people were like, oh, this actually kind of sucks.
yeah.
They didn't like it anymore. So, I'm interested to see where they go from here. Tekken 2, Season 2, I mean, for Tekken 8. Let's take a look later. Is there anything else you wanted to cover, Tekken-wise? Or I wanted to talk about the City of the Wolves thing really quick. just real
No, I'm good
fast.
on
Like,
Tekken. I just hopefully they fix the game. That's the bottom line. Just like hopefully we revert some of these patches or though I not wait one more thing. They did have
yeah.
to revert something already, and it was I don't know whose idea this was, but throw breaking did damage. Who
Oh, yeah.
who's in the office
Yeah.
really throwing these ideas out, bro? Like they also changed a universally known mechanic within Tekken for a long time, which is key charging
Yeah.
cause counter hit, and
That
now it just
is
does more
weird.
damage.
Why did they do that?
Yeah, I don't. And people are like, they're trying to swing back, like, oh, just because it's a legacy. No, bro, that's like that. You are changing a fundamentally known and like sound thing of the mechanics of the game for arbitrarily.
Right.
It's again, it's just like if out of nowhere they were like, yo, you know what? In Smash, we're gonna take out power shielding.
But why
Like,
do it? Like, I just don't
yeah,
even like. There's not. It's not even like a How do I put this? I'm trying like power shielding might be a good example, or like parrying and smash. Like I'm trying to think of it's. I feel like key charge isn't a fundamental part of the game, at least when you're competing. It's like a
right.
silly, funny, like LOL taunt thing, and it's like, why remove that at all? Is there something going on that like are people's feelings getting hurt and they don't
It
want to
has its
see it? Like,
moments,
uh,
um, where like there are key charge setups, right?
sure,
That like but like those are for few and far between for characters. But you've taken that setup away because the whole point of the setup was to potentially key charge get a counter hit, right?
sure,
Now it's key charge get a little more damage. Like that's not doing anything for me. And the key charge animation is still the same. So like if someone's key charging you as a taunt, like you're still getting taunted. But like
right.
now the actual legitimate competitive use of the key charge is just gone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's it's dumb. It was a dumb thing. I'm not sure what we were trying to do with that, but hopefully that's something they decide to revert as well because that just seems like an unnecessary change. And it is, as Seagull said, is messing up um like me in the lab because genuinely if I needed to see something for counter hit, I would just key charge counter hit the character instead of now I have to go through
Oh,
the
you
menu
go to
every
the
time to turn it
menu.
on and off to make sure that I can get it. It's really stupid.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah.
One last thing, and we'll make it really quick because we do have to go. How you feel about this new character? A lot of people are saying they're sick of guest characters.
Yeah.
I think Ronaldo into this guy is like, oh brother.
Yeah. I don't I'm trying to what's the like what are we getting for this? Like I I don't know this guy at all. I just looked him up, Salvatore Gnashi.
Yeah.
He has his top song right now is Take Me to America.
Yo, he's patriotic. I have heard, and I mean I don't know if this is true. Maybe it's reductive,
Okay, hold
stupid
on. This
stuff.
bass drop kind of go crazy though. I can't.
And maybe I have heard that SNK is majority owned by the Saudi government. It's like 97%, maybe 92. I don't know, and maybe he's just some Saudi prince's favorite artist or something. Like maybe it's like a personal choice. I don't know. But like it does feel like this game, and maybe I'm wrong. Like I don't feel like this game is marketed or targeted to like us, like the Western audience. Like we don't care about football and we don't care about this DJ. At least I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of touch, and this DJ
Yeah.
is like a huge deal here in the US. Genuinely, and I'm not saying this to be like dismissive. Like maybe I just don't know, but I don't know anybody that's ever heard of this dude. Maybe he's just big elsewhere, and that's what they're targeting. But it feels weird.
He has 500,000 active listeners right now. Let's see what Calvin Harris is pulling. 66 million
Okay.
active listeners. Let's see what Tiesto is pulling right now.
Oh, dude.
37. Okay, so yeah, I don't know who this guy is, bro. I'm like Cascade. Let's see what Cascade's pulling right now.
Martin Van Buren. Like, can we get some? Like
5 million. He's not, and the Cascade really hasn't put out anything in a while, and he's still pulling
no.
5 million. So, like, I don't Martin Van. Like, it definitely feels off. It feels random, and it also like, is this guy supposed to tie into the story? Like, what the?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, by the way, Martin Van Buren is our 8th U.S. president. I don't know who I was thinking of. Van Buren, is he the artist? There used to be a DJ I used to listen to like that.
Martin
Yeah,
Garrix?
I don't know if he's like in the world now. Yeah, I saw people saying that like, um, it feels like they're giving up on like beloved SNK and like City of the Wolves or Guru characters for
Mhm.
these real people, and that sucks. And like normally I'd be like, whatever, it's fine, but like you don't get that many opportunities, man. It's been so long since they've had one of these games, and now they're getting these two humans and Chun-Li and Ken. It's like, dude, this
Yeah.
is too much.
I'm just hoping that like we're done with the guest characters from here. Like we don't need anybody else. Uh, LeBron James really opened the door first.
He was the first.
They're just like, hey, you know, like why are we using you know, fake universe things? We could use real people.
Right.
LeBron James really opened that. I mean, at least he was fun though, like and really a superstar. But um, and you know, for what it's worth, I mean, worldwide, I think that Ronaldo is obviously a superstar too. Unfortunate, you know, what's surrounding him right now. So therefore, that's not a good ad. But this guy, no one knows who this is. So world famous, world renowned. To who? What part of the world? Like that is. It's just they're saying it's the Saudi money. It might be the Saudi money, bro.
Maybe. I've seen people say that. I don't want to go that far because I don't know enough about it, and I feel like the internet has a way of flattening these things and just like giving it one word sort of bylines to just this is what's
Mhm.
happening. But maybe that's true. I don't know.
Did you
Maybe
see his
he's really
trailer though? He
popular, that
actually
one
does
guy.
look kind of fun. That's the worst part. He
I
looks fun. He
I
look.
have not seen his trailer yet. I just saw that gif of him punching Terry, and I was like, wow, that looks awful. Like
Oh
that looks
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Some of his animations don't look that good. There is one. Are you gonna watch it later?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it on stream.
Okay. The only one I want to talk about, there's this one where like I guess he has like a fuerte run and he has like moves out of it, but like he slides in and he poses. Like he slides in and it's like
That's pretty good.
that shit is crazy, bro.
I just
All
feel like
right.
think of how annoying it's going to be when these characters are good. You know what I mean? Like, did we ever think about how frustrating it will be when these stupid gimmick, silly, funny characters are like busted? I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
that's gonna annoy people, but who
Yeah.
knows?
So I don't know, man. Like I'm going to play the game. I'm obviously hyped for it. I actually have something to do next week, so you guys will see me surrounding the game. I don't think I can say what the thing is, but I will be somewhere next week on a stream with SNK folk doing SNK things. And I'm happy to play it. I'm happy to like. It was fun. I liked the beta. I liked some of the changes that they did to the beta, even though Tizok, after watching other people play him, he's not for me. But goddamn, that character looks fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, once it fully comes out, I'm super excited to kind of dive in, and maybe I will end up playing one of them silly ass characters, but I kind of don't want to, because I don't want people, you know how the internet is. I'm in here playing Ronaldo, and now I'm a rape apologist or something. Like, okay,
Sure.
like I just wanted to play cool soccer guy, man. Like,
Stick to preacher. Stick.
yeah, I'm a preacher player, bro. She's done no wrong. She's just a nerd scientist, so we love that.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. Thanks for tuning in to Y'all Gaming. I gotta stream in about 40 minutes, so I gotta go. I'm gonna go do some stuff before we get started. But anything to drop us off with? Any last words before we go?
I'm also gonna stream. I'm gonna play some Olympia, which we haven't talked about. I know you guys are rivals, enjoyers. I'm gonna see what Olympia's hitting on, and then after that, I'm gonna hop into ranked Tekken, which could go great or could go terribly. So we'll have to see.
I'm
So
gonna
yeah,
put
just
on
go ahead
that
and pop
Olympia
by.
stream. I'm gonna put that on right after. Are you going live now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go live right
All
now.
right, bro.
Go ahead and put that on.
I'm gonna watch that because I played Rivals 2 last night, and it's pissing me off, bro. Like.
Now you want to see if I get pissed off?
Yes,
Like,
I'm curious. So here's the thing, right? So I'm playing a new character. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't played the game in a while. I completely like I'm not saying that I am above criticism or that I know the answers or whatever. I am so sick of this hold down, man. I fight Ranos and they just hold down and counter hit. They just hold down and down tilt and pray to God that my pressure has a gap in it. Sometimes I forcibly put a gap in my pressure. I don't know if you do this, but like I do a lot of like jab jab and then I wait or I'll mix timing. So I'll do like jab jab, maybe wait for grab, maybe F tilt, maybe down tilt, something like that. These guys will just mash down tilt. So I do jab jab and then they just mash down tilt in the hopes that I do that. So now I have to reprogram my brain to have less mix. I have to just jab, 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 and I will beat it every time, but it just reduces the gameplay. And I understand that that is just a function of the game, but every guy does it. Pisses me off. And Crag is the biggest skill steroid I've ever seen in these games. It's like in any plat fighter. That character is nonsense. I'm going to watch you play because it's pissing me off last night.
All right.
Yeah, it's bad. Enjoy Olympia. She is the fastest faller by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a clip today. Apparently, Rano can do up throw into up smash or F smash at like 80 and she dies. And it's a guarantee because she falls so fast. So you
Okay.
will
So
SD
quit
a
on
few
Rano is
times.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, just quit on Rano every time. Just
Okay.
don't fight
All
that
right.
character. With any character ever. But enjoy it. Have fun. I will be watching. She is very fun to play. I will say that. She's fast.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you guys next week.